Donovan, you and that O-line, you were celebrating after that game, a lot of smiles. How did it feel to accomplish this win and to be able to say you're going to the Rose Bowl and gain a rematch?
Yeah, I mean, to say it lightly, we took it personal about what happened last game. For 3 weeks, everyone in the world was telling you suck. Half the fan base was telling us we suck. So half of almost every analyst, expert, and anyone with a podcast was telling us we sucked. And so we took it personal. We were like, no, that's not how we're going to go out. Like, we know we're better than this. Sure, we're down a couple guys, but all these guys in this room can go. So we took it. We knew what the game plan was. We knew how we were going to execute it. And so we just went out there and just played with our hair on fire. That was the message all week. Coach Farrar was like, just play with your hair on fire. Like, you don't know this is your last game. It's obviously, for some of us, it's our last game in the shoe, so we just wanted to play as hard as we could. And so, luckily, we made a couple holes for our great running backs to hit, Will to hit, and we were able to hold up in protection and get the ball downfield.
Was there just a sense of relief, I guess, then after that game, just to kind of be like, okay, like, we got the monkey off our back after that last game, and now we're moving forward?
It felt good to execute. Last game, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but obviously we didn't perform as well as we wanted. But just being able to, do what we know we can and put it on the field. It wasn't a clean game. There was a lot of stuff we need to clean up, which is the exciting part, because we can get better from this and hopefully continue to get better from this with more practice.
What do you see from Luke Montgomery to kind of get it? It's a pretty big moment to step into there.
Yeah, he stepped into the lights and he didn't flinch. He did an amazing job. He had a great 2 weeks of practice. It is one of those things of competitive excellence. His number is called, and he made the most of it. And when he was on the field, it was great things. And he sprung that touchdown with Trey. He got a great down block. And so I'm very proud of him. He played amazing. So we're just going to watch the film and see if we can go from there.
The way he played today, how much confidence does that have with this line going forward now?
Yeah, it means we're more solid as a unit. For a little bit there were a couple question marks, but now that we got some stuff going, so we just need to get this win to get some momentum, especially for the O-line, just trying to not really prove ourselves, but just get going in the direction we want to go.
What do you think? Tennessee takeover thing really add motivation for you guys too? All these Tennessee fans coming up, and add a little bit of motivation.
It made us feel some type of way coming out to warm ups and we're getting booed, and we're like, wait a second, but yeah, what they call it, like kneeling north, something like that. Yeah, I was lame, but yeah, it's a playoff football, man. Both fan bases are very involved with their teams. My grandparents are from over there, so they tell me about that fan base. But I'm a Buckeye through and through, and I was very happy to represent the all Scarlet today, not just Scarlet and Gray.
To your point, they like to say down south that means more.
Yeah,
means more. What do you think of that?
Big Ten in football just means more, I guess. But we're just going to keep on going. We're going to keep progressing to what we have to do. There's a lot of stuff we got to clean up, and hopefully we can get on the film as fast as possible and clean it up.
Jack said that the defense's approach was let it fly, let loose, let it fly. Was that the offense's approach today too?
Yeah, we had nothing to lose at that point. Our name was dragged through the gutter pretty much for about a month, so we're like, what is there less to prove? Just let it rip. Just go out there and play hard with the hair on fire.
You know that I think the world of you, but you did have plenty to lose today.
Oh, of course. But
okay.
You try not to think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, you try not to think about that. You just try to play as hard as possible whenever you can, because you never know when that play might spring a X player, might spring a play that might flip the game. So, you just try to play as hard as you can for the man next to you.
Donnie, you played two different positions this year, but Austin played two positions today. What does that say about him that he can flip right and left and not really notice that much at guard?
Who did?
Austin.
Oh, Austin? Yeah, he's been practicing right and left, and I think that's been purposeful because obviously we're a little thin, so we need guys who can flip and flop. Playing. I don't think people realize how complicated that is to play left and right side of the line. That's left brain, and right brain with different calls and everything like that. And I was fortunate enough to just stay on the left, but he's doing both sides, so that's very impressive. He's a physical guy, and he's very smart, so it's nothing that we weren't surprised by because he's been doing it in practice.
How much did what happened after the Michigan game, the meeting, it got heated, but you guys talked it out, worked it out, contribute to what happened today in terms of starting fresh and starting the offense versus defense, that type of stuff?
We just had to get past it. Obviously, after a game like that, guys have their own thoughts, guys have their own things they want to get off their chest. So everyone got what they had to say off their chest, and we got past it, and we grew as a group. And we realized that in order to win this game, we had to forget about the last game. And of course, it's going to sit with us for the rest of our lives, but we can't dwell on that right now. We got a playoff game to win, so we just had to get after it and practice and improve from what we did.
How much of it was play calling and just the game plan? I mean, was it everything? Everything was on the table after that game? In terms of you guys with the coaches and each other, just what happened? Let's not let that happen again.
I don't dwell on the play calling. I think every play should be a touchdown. So, I mean, if it's called, we should be able to execute it. And so if we didn't execute, that's on us. I mean, I don't see it as that. But, it's our coaches put us in the best position to succeed this game.
You mentioned, your name kind of getting dragged through the mud over these last couple of weeks. Like, what's the balance between letting that criticism fuel you guys, letting that criticism motivate you guys, and also trying to block it out and trying to just focus on what you guys can control? How do you do that after a mission?
I mean, we're all young, like we're all 20-year-olds, so we're on our phone 90% of the time anyway, so it's kind of hard to avoid it.
Sure.
But you just gotta let the information only taking information only within the woody walls is what we say. Like, everyone's gonna have their own opinion. Everyone becomes a perfect offensive coordinator from their own home. But we just gotta trust in what we do inside our walls and trust in what we do in each other and put it on the field.
You guys have Oregon obviously up next. I mean, obviously the motivation tonight was to win to keep your season alive. But when you play a team that you guys lost to, what is the excitement level going into a matchup like that against Oregon in the Rose Bowl?
It's just a chance to get after it again. A ton of respect for those guys. They're a great program, offense and defense. They run on high levels. Obviously, they've been clicking all year because no one's been able to get one over on them. But, I'm just excited to go out there and just play as a team.
I know so many people are going to talk about this over these next couple of weeks with the teams that have a bye, the teams that played this week, kind of that rest versus rust thing. Do you feel like this win kind of gets you guys on the right direction, maybe coming off a team against a bye?
Yeah, I know. Our coaches all week were saying we just need to get one to get this momentum going, and so get that the ball rolling a little bit. So we're gonna clean this up and hopefully go out to Cali and do what we have to do.
How much fun did you guys have tonight, and how much of a difference can having fun make when it comes to execution?
Oh yeah, having fun's a huge thing. When you play loose and you just play free, I feel like you play a different player. When you play uptight, I feel like you're more susceptible to mistakes. But just everyone having fun, Coach Fry encouraging us to hype up the crowd after runs and everything like that. He's like, no, like you put in the work these past 2 weeks. You've done all this. This is your chance to have fun and celebrate. So Coach Day was hyping us up the whole time, and just being able to play free and fun. That's what we wanted to do.
So that was something that was encouraged during the week, because I noticed you guys were doing a lot more of the, bring the noise, please. That was something that you were encouraged to by the coaches?
I mean, sometimes. I'm not saying they're telling us to showboat. But,
No. I get what you're saying. They wanted you to celebrate.
Yeah, and they're just saying just have fun out there. And obviously, a night game. I haven't had those in forever. So that was a great atmosphere out there. Buckeye Nation was loud and proud, and it was just a huge thing out there. The drone show was cool, so we were getting hype off of that too.
When you guys are
What
cooking,
did it mean to this offense to run for more than 150 yards on these guys based on the way the last game ended?
Pretty good. I mean, we just execute the way we knew we should, and hope we can keep this going.
And Luke especially had some obvious plays out there on a couple of touchdown runs and stuff like that. What did he bring to the party?
He showed physicality that we knew he always had. He showed it in practice, but we just needed him to show it in a game setting, and he did that in the biggest way possible. So it's a nice feeling to have with a guy like that who's athletic and plays with great power. So we're just going to watch film, clean up on this, and go from there.